Alrighty, good afternoon, hockey fans, and welcome to game number 17 of the 2025 Para Ice Hockey Championships for our third and final quarterfinal matchup between the number 4 seed Team Manitoba and the number 5 seed Team Atlantic, the host team. My name is Easton Shoup, joined alongside Steve Romby. Steve, what can we expect in this matchup?
So I think there's two key factors that we're going to see for this one. First one is going to be speed. So the Atlantic team definitely has the speed going for them on this side. These two teams met in day one of this tournament. Atlantic came away with a 4-1 win. All of their goals were breakaway type opportunities, with one Atlantic player facing their goalie alone and resulting in a win 4-1. The second thing is going to be, I'm going to say, defense. So it'll be interesting to see if Manitoba pulls their defense back a little bit to try to shut down those quick players from Atlantic. And alternatively, Atlantic's going to really have to have a great defense. Here's an opportunity here.
Great job by Munden there to break up the opportunity this way. Let's see what happens there. A little bit of crashing and banging into the boards, and that's going to be cleared away. And icing called on the play. Let's see if it goes far enough. And it will. Linesman calls the icing, and it'll go down the other way. Both the linesmen in this matchup are, yes, I believe from BC. Actually, the one might be from New Brunswick, and the referee is from BC. Actually, this one linesman here is from Alberta. So I'm really excited to see how this one will match up. It looks like we got a good crowd in-house for both teams.
Yeah, of course, we have the Atlantic crowd as a local, being made up of the 4 provinces around in the Maritimes area. But Manitoba fans have definitely been the winners for the crowd this tournament.
For sure. Pardon me, and it's really awesome to see that too. And it makes it such a great environment and a very fun one as well, especially us upstairs here. We're right beside them too. Manitoba to our right and Atlantic to our left, and here's a chance for Manitoba, and you can just hear them humming. Steer to side that time.
Yeah, and this we'll get a replay of that hit, I assume, or?
Yes, it's going to be the hits.
Yeah, that was a big one. Big open ice hit. No penalty on that, of course. It was clean.
Coming in, boom. Big ol' hit there.
Got the hand up across the body. I think he may have gotten away with that a little bit.
Might have, yeah.
Yeah, it's still a decent hit. Definitely both teams going to try to make a presence early in this game. Psychological game of that. Be a little bit physical early. Make themselves known to the other team.
And here's Team Atlantic. They'll chip that one out. It's picked up by Armbruster, and the Armbruster brothers, we know they're fun to watch. Actually, we don't know if they're brothers for sure, but the relatives.
Ooh.
All the Armbrusters are fun to watch in this tournament. They have been all weekend.
Yeah, and Elijah Armbruster put the one goal that they did get against Atlantic on the board. And I have heard that these two teams have met quite a few times over the past few years. And I think Atlantic's been coming out on top more often than not on those meetups. But certainly going to be in a phenomenal game this time.
Linesman there to drop the puck, making sure everybody's where they need to be. We're off one more time. Here's Rosello. Rosello with it. He'll drop it back for Virgie. Virgie chips it down low. Will be picked up by Baggs, I think, at his own end after taking a bit of a bump there. Vint in there along with the teammate. Now centering feed. That one a little broken up there. Bootlier applying some crazy pressure.
Yeah, Rosello doing a good job to protect that puck out front. Some good scrap hockey in front of the net here. And this is precisely why I said defense was going to play a role. Manitoba is very good in front of the net.
Here's Atlantic in their own end looking to break out. You could just hear these Manitoba fans, Steve.
Absolutely.
Now here's Bootlier. Bootlier has Munden with him if he can hang on, but just couldn't. Armbruster will get made into a Manitoba sandwich between Bootlier and Munden there.
And I will say Atlantic's defense does tend to creep forward quite a bit. They are very offensive defense, if you will. And we've seen that with some shorthanded goals as well. They really push the offense more so. And they're going to have to make sure that they don't get caught up.
No, for sure. And here's Manitoba. That pass will go a little wide. Actually getting through a couple there. And now there's a solid size check there. And Bags will try and take that one away, poke to the side. And here's Roberts getting tangled up there. Great defensive effort that time from Manitoba. And here they come on a break. The left side. Bank that one up. Trying to clear it down a little bit. Pardon me. That one's going to be an icing down there.
And great physical play thus far. Huge battles each time. Nobody is getting to go ahead with the puck unmolested. This is great hockey so far. Both teams really coming out with a lot of enthusiasm. As I've said, so far this quarterfinals, we've seen just a huge amount of energy. Looking at our rosters now on your screen there, Manitoba. As we mentioned, a number of these teams have, you'll see a number of people with the same last name.
And the puck is finally dropped by the linesman. It looks like Manitoba is going to come up with it off the draw and send that one off the glass out to the neutral zone now. Manitoba going for a skate now. White up to Rosello. Rosello one to beat. He falls to the ice actually there. Trying to get it to White. Rosello actually hung on to that one. Out from Maidenuk in the neutral zone for Team Manitoba, waiting for Rosello to get out of there, and he'll flip that one down the ice.
Still no challenges on our netminders just yet. We have Paul Ham in net for Manitoba and Ryan Cashin in net for Team Atlantic.
That one will be picked off by Williamson, though. Just narrowly getting out to the neutral zone. I thought they actually might have been able to keep that one in. And here's Maidenuk up the left side, drop back for Delorier. And no interference there.
No, I think he got his hands up, but it was a pretty safe check there. Maidenuk has been a very, very physical player all tournament. Captain there for Team Manitoba.
Yeah, he sure has been. He's a fun player to watch, Steve. Now Manitoba picks it up in their own end. Let's see what they can do. They decide to pass it up the right side. Now in the neutral zone, here's Atlantic with it. And applying pressure that time is Manitoba, and Rosello will fall to the ice. Here's Maidenuk over the blue line. Decides to let that one go. Stopped by Cashin, and he'll get the whistle. 9:48 to go here in the first period. That's the first shot on goal, and this one goes to Team Manitoba.
And on your screen now, you can see how it's all panning out. First, we have in our semis Ontario and British Columbia. That's going to be semifinal number 1 at 5 p.m. today. And the winner of this game will face Team Quebec, who has been a powerhouse in this tournament. Of course, they were seed number 1, and they got a bye in the quarters. So that'll be Quebec's first game of the of today.
Yeah, they've had the whole day off, Steve.
Yeah, and these long tournaments and late into the night for some of these teams, that may play a factor, giving Quebec, who has been definitely the strongest team thus far, give them a full day to rest. Hopefully they got a chance to see the local sights.
Now a good hit against the boards that time. Sent down along the boards, picked up by Burgeon down low. Hit there. At that time.
Good defense by Lear there to get position.
And here's Bootlier. Bootlier now. Here's a chance. Puts on the brakes, circles back. Sent over to the slot. Kept in by Bags. Only get fired in. Here's Bags. Bags now over to Munden. Here's Munden, a shot that time. It's going to be blocked by Elijah Armbruster through the lane. Now here comes Manitoba up the left side. It's Isaiah Armbruster. Now Armbruster behind the net, looking to set things up. Dropped off now. Shot there, goes high. Great chance that time for Armbruster.
Yeah, Armbruster there. And, you know, kicking it around the net like that. Some of the Atlantic players got caught following the puck.
Now here's Manitoba down low. That one will be taken away by Atlantic. Nice pass out to Bootlier. Looking to set something up. He decides to wind up with a shot. That one gets blocked by Virgie through the lane. Gets clogged up, and here comes Manitoba up the right side. Good hit there on the play, and Bootlier is he's gonna try to swipe in there and take that puck away. I.C.E is waved off on the play by the linesman on the first side. As that one really started to slow down there, Steve.
Yeah, it sure did. Some great passing, some great plays with Munden with that
just
cross
like
ice
this.
pass.
I don't know if you're there, Steve, but
Not
I thought
at
White
all.
had a chance there.
Yeah, we've seen some great things from White. Good position, willing to scrap it up in the front of the net.
Now a good hit there from Williamson after Armbruster was tied up with Roberts. And Williamson, another good hit.
Yeah, and White definitely took offense to that. Big tomahawk chop with the stick.
So 2 penalties are going to be on the play for this one.
Let's have a look at that one. Now the captain really going at it. They're going at each other there. Yeah, and looking back at the replay, you know, that was just a clean hit on White, and White really didn't like it.
So there's going to be 2 penalties on this play here, Steve. I didn't get the signal from the official. Could just be roughing, but really unsure. So to Team Manitoba, number 15, Alyssa White in the box, and number 22, Andrew Williamson from East Suffolk, PEI in the box for PEI. For Atlantic from PEI.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I'm kind of surprised that that's only going to be a 2-minute on that one. We saw it on the replay. I mean, White definitely took offense to it. It was potentially a little bit of a roughing as the officials saw it, but taking that stick and hitting them over the head with it, that's it's kind of surprising that they're only going to serve a 2 for that. And the officials did a great job with the captain coming over. That could have gotten ugly quick. Maidenuk is definitely willing to drop the gloves, so to speak, if necessary. And the officials decide to stop that before it started.
For sure. Smartest thing to do. Look at the official ruling, but I almost want to... I'd put a $10 bill on there, both roughing.
Yeah, I think you'd win that bet.
Roughing or unsportsmanlike conduct, too. So which I think unsportsmanlike conduct actually might have been what the first thing the official pointed at there, but I'm really not sure. So we'll play 4-on-4 here for 2 minutes and see what happens. Yeah,
and if Atlanta can get their hands on this puck, it might actually benefit them to get a breakaway pass with their speed.
So now one being tied up. Now Armbruster, they score!
That was a beautiful shot. Good battle in front. And Armbruster has an amazing ability to pick those top corners off those shots. See that on the replay. Good fight for it. It finally just pops out. Yeah.
Beautiful goal.
Luke Armbruster, I believe it is. Yeah, Luke Armbruster just found it underneath Bootlier. Pulls it out. Doesn't waste time.
Just listen to these fans, both of them. Both sides of it. I'm not sure what the deal is there. They keep blowing the horn in there.
Something's going a little awry with the... And still playing 4-on-4 hockey.
So I believe those actually might have been coincidental minors. That could have been it.
I think so. I think you're right. Unfortunately, we don't have communication down with our scorekeepers, and we relying on the scoreboard up top.
It's gonna stay 4-on-4. that one will be dropped back. So now here's May Danuck. Send it out in front for Armbruster. Shot there. Now loose in front. And Cashin will cover that one up. 6:31 to go here in the first. 1:20 to go on the 4-on-4. 1-0 Manitoba. They lead the shots 3-0.
And they did clarify yet. So as you said, one was either going to be roughing or unsportsmanlike conduct, and the roughing went to White, and the unsportsmanlike conduct to 22 on Atlantic Williamson.
Now here's Manitoba. That one slid over first side for Isaiah Armbruster. In on goal that time. It's going to be poked away. And here's Atlanta coming the other way. Good poke check that time for Manitoba. And here they come. Armbruster drops that one back for Isaiah Armbruster. That one will rip high. And here's Melora with it now for Team Atlantic up the left side. They'll bank that one up. Trying to get through. And it will actually. Getting knocked off the puck a little bit there. It's going to be reset. Armbruster will take a hit there into the boards from Roberts. Plays Roberts. Great job there to play physical.
And John Melora, the captain, take it over to the boards.
Fire that one down the right side. Actually, that one gets broken up. Comes back out. Bags.
Tries to drop it to Roberts, but the no-look pass didn't pay off.
No, that one didn't actually. Steve? I sent it out. That one to the low point area. Just can't hold the line. Now here they go the other way. It's going to be picked up by Team Atlantic on their own end. Rosello there to apply some pressure. That one is going to probably go down for an icing. No, linesman wipes it off.
Yeah, it took a funny bounce off the boards there, and that really slowed it down.
Both players now into the box. And a hit there.
And the Manitoba fans wanted another penalty on Williamson as he come out of the box. Nothing that the officials saw there.
They thought they might have been a little punch thrown there, and that bouncing puck will go a little high.
See if Atlanta can get something going here.
Now it looks like Manitoba's going to clear that one out. Ouellette, that one kind of goes through him there. Now here's Vint in the neutral zone. Here's Richardson now with it. Now Ouellette kind of whiffs on that one. Ends up kind of working out in his favor. And Maidenach will give a little bit of a bump there. Icing waved off.
Race to the puck. Maidenach will come up with it.
Now White's charging up the left side. But ultimately, he's going to stick with it with Klassen. And Klassen's shot goes a little wide there. Now that one will be passed up. Ends up going through the sled there. Now a good hit that time by Manitoba. Now along the boards, there's going to be a good battle there. Now it's dropped back. Here's Armbruster with it and skating for that loose puck now. Laying a hit there. Hit there into the corner. Now behind the net, here's Mailman. Actually, he's going to let Ouellette come in there and swallow it up, and he takes a bump in there. Put it away. Now in the slot for Armbruster. A shot that time. Stopped by Cashin.
Good stop there, but I'm surprised. Armbruster will often lift those ones, and he can definitely pick out those corners from that close to the net. Just couldn't get enough on it on that one. So far, I feel like Manitoba's definitely controlling the tempo of this game. We're going to see that Williamson hit. That's what got everybody upset. Just straight out of the box. Definitely got the fists up a little bit. Face-on-face checking is certainly permitted in sledge hockey, but you have to make sure it's a body check, not a fist to the face.
Yeah, there's a fine line between a fist check and a body check. Now trying to jam that one out. That one is played out. Now here comes Atlantic with a chance. And on goal, it's Blaze Roberts. Roberts now with a shot. What a save!
That's a fabulous save. Yeah, Roberts is dangerous. Was forced to the outside.
Now that one punched that one away.
Knocked down by Roberts there.
Yeah,
Good
they'll send that
cutoff.
one back in.
Ham coming up big on that one.
Now down low. Having trouble seeing that one. Finally freed up at the low point area. Hand pass called on the play. Just under the 2-minute mark remaining here in the first period. 1-0 Manitoba. 4-2 the shots in favor.
Yeah, and I think Atlantic's really going to have to find their tempo and try to play their game. Manitoba's doing a great job at, getting back. And as I said, as one of my two key points was going to be defense. And they're doing a great job at stopping that breakaway. Bootleger's had a couple of opportunities, being a very quick player, but he's come down facing 3 defense.
Now the puck is dropped. An offside called on the play there. That was a close one. Linesman right there to make the call on that one.
Yeah, and as I've said before, it is the blade of the player. Now you're looking at your rosters here on your screen, and he may have actually taken himself offside. Don't know if he got that puck in front of his blade.
Now here's Zulette. Skating up the left side, getting by White. Decides to send that one in. Pardon me. Now that one will be cleared out to center. Icing waved off. Now down low. Bootler is going to take a hit there.
Pops out front. They're looking for that centering pass. Not too many Manitoba players down low in front. Now there's an opportunity for that breakout.
Now here's Atlanta coming the other way. Under a minute to go now. Pass up to Bootlier. Here's Bootlier in on goal there. Shot stopped by Ham. What a save.
Yeah, that's exactly what Manitoba has to worry about.
Hold on. Now there's another chance for Bootlier. That one blocked by the defense at front. That one will clear out to center.
Ham comes up big on that save. 1 inch to the side, and that would have been a whole different story. White's going to cover it, trying to find it in the equipment there. Rossello coming in, giving Ouette a bump.
Here's Bootlier now. He'll pass that one up through. Actually, that one's going to reach on goal, so icing was waved off under 20 seconds to play.
15 seconds now, lots of action. 3 to 4 the shots. High intensity to finish this first period.
5 seconds to go, and that's going to do it, I think. And yes, that's it.
What a game we have on our hands here, Easton.
What a, you got to give it to both goaltenders in this one. And not much you can do on Elijah Armbruster's goal. That was just top class, beautiful there. He had the angle on him. Cash might have been a little overcommitted there and found the top right corner. And then on the other side, Bootlier and Munden, both of them have had a couple chances themselves, and Ham has stood tall in net, So I'm curious to see how the goaltenders are going to keep with this game, and if they keep playing like this, it could be a very tight game like we see right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as I've said, Manitoba's doing a great job keeping them on the outside and not giving them those breakaway opportunities, except for that last one. And that's what Atlantic's going to continue to look for, is those breakouts, which they've had as one of their main offensive techniques here thus far in this tournament.
My name is Easton Shoup. I'm joined alongside Stephen Rombeek. We'll be right back here for the second period of play.
Behind you. Oh boy. So casual with it. Center, center. Nice beat. Go. Man on, man on. Yeah. I have no idea. Oh. Go on, Lucas. Oh. Yeah, dude. Man coming. Not me. Oh. I don't even know where it is. Oh. Oh, that's it.
Our mission at the Shriners Hospitals for Children Canada is to really make the lives of patients and families the best that it can be and really lift up patients who need our services to fulfill the most optimal version of themselves.
We take care of all orthopedic problems in pediatrics, but we super specialize in really rare conditions, and complex conditions that involve orthopedics and other specialties.
A lot of the patients that will come to the motion lab are surgical candidates. So the surgeon may be able to do a great plan with just medical imaging, with the clinical history of the patient and some observation, whereas the motion lab will bring real numbers that we can measure that the eye cannot catch necessarily. And so it allows us to be more precise in the diagnostic of the patient, and then it allows us to better plan the treatment.
Rehabilitation is not easy. It's a tough part. So when we do rehabilitation, we did the surgery. Now we have the tough part, moving with difficulties, and it's saying, okay, now you're gonna have to do something that you might not wanna do. So how do we make that enticing for a patient to do this? And when I see parents writing back and saying, going to physio is the best part of my day, I said, oh, we're doing definitely something right.
Without Shriners, I know my leg wouldn't be straight. And Shriners, it's really special because there's only 2 doctors that can do this type of operation. So I know I couldn't just go to another hospital. It was here or I wouldn't do it. So everything is super for me and the future looks bright ahead.
Shriners is incredibly unique because we take the time for our patients. We take the time to listen, to understand what their needs are. Our team in social services, we try and make it as simple as we can for our families. Families coming from out of province, having a greeter meet them at the airport, drive them to the hotel. We make sure that our families are comfortable in what they do and in their decision of coming to our hospital, knowing that our people are the best that you can have right now.
Yeah, this place is definitely like a family because they treat you very nicely here. They treat you like you're one of them. When you come in for like an x-ray, like, hey there, Michael, you know, how are you? Yeah, everyone that works here definitely has positive attitude, always smiles on your faces. I know a lot of people here. I love them like a family.
You know, when you're a parent that has a child that's disabled, either wheelchair or has some disability, it's tough on the parents. And you know, when they come to the Shriners and they see other parents that have the same kind of child as they do, it's almost comforting in a way, you know, and they can exchange ideas. I can't tell you how many patients became friends from different backgrounds completely. You know, French or English, it doesn't matter. Because they have the same kind of disability, you know, they become friends because they see each other in the clinic together. And sometimes we make sure to invite them at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, we make that effort, you know, so that these conditions, that these kids, you know, feel good and the parents feel great about that. And I think that that's something that we pride ourselves in.
During the treatment, when it's really hard on him because he goes through a lot of emotions, anxiety, we always have one nurse that comes to distract him, to play games with him. They bring their virtual goggles so that he doesn't think of the pain that he's going to go through. All these little details make the Shriners so special.
We cover a wide range from the molecular to the bedside of the patient. And that was the vision from the get-go. And I think the best example that this vision works is that this facility has developed a standard of care for 3 pediatric metabolic bone diseases. So those now are the treatments that are used throughout the world that were developed here at Shriners Hospitals for Children Canada. And I think it is unique because it has a very high-performing research center, which not all hospitals have.
We are becoming experts, and in certain cases we are identified as the leaders in North America in rare and complex bone-related disease. For certain, we have the biggest group of patients for osteogenesis imperfecta in North America. But that being said, we want to be identified as a leader in pediatric orthopedics so that when your kid has a rare disease or complex, it's obvious that you're going to come at Shriners. And we want to be the place in Canada. That's part of our vision.
Shriners is special because they have like the family kind of vibe. Here you're really going to have care, you're going to be informed, you're going to have support. That is really important. They are human here, not just...
Good afternoon, hockey fans, and welcome back to day number 3 of the 2025 Para Ice Hockey Championships. We are on day number 3, game number 3 of the day, game number 17 of the tournament, our third and final quarterfinal matchup between the 4 seed Manitoba taking on the 5 seed host team, Team Atlantic. Steve, what can we expect in this period?
We're going to expect some more action, absolutely. The first period was phenomenal. I'm on the edge of my seat, literally. This is a great game so far. Atlantic not getting anything going on the scoreboard just yet, but lots of opportunities both directions. The only one to succeed with that is Armbruster. To get one and find the mesh.
For sure, and you're absolutely right there. It's a beautiful shot from Elijah Armbruster, one of 3 relatives, or one of 3 players on the Manitoba team with the last name Armbruster. So here's Manitoba looking to set things up in the attacking end as Armbruster sends it down low to Maidenach. A shot there goes high.
And both these teams trying to impose their style of play on the other. Slightly different styles from the 2 teams.
For sure. Now here's Roberts. Great play that time by Team Manitoba. Take that one away. Now here's Bags. Bags has one to beat. Maidenach, a great job there. Now to Roberts in front. A great job by Armbruster. Pardon me, and now in the neutral zone. It's picked up by Ouellette, who fires it down. Maidenach now in his own end. He'll fire that one off to the right side boards, and it'll be picked up by Ouellette in his own end. Actually can't hang on to it now. Armbruster, a shot, they score!
Really unfortunate for Ouellette there. Armbruster's going to capitalize on that every time, and the Manitoba fans are going insane over here.
Man, they are absolutely riled up. They're absolutely excited. So I'm curious to see how this one's going to work out. But now it's 2-0. Both off the stick of Elijah Armbruster. We'll take a look at that replay.
Yeah, and a good dump into the zone, a good breakout pass there. Raised to the puck. Ouellette seemed to have that comfortably under control, but just fanned on it and leaving Armbruster that great opportunity. Not much Cashin could do with that one on a surprise giveaway in front of the net.
Now Munden still hanging on to it. Surprised he didn't try and dish it off to Bootlier that time. Now Klassen in his own end will pass that one up through, and unable to be hung on to. Now here comes Team Manitoba up the left side and on goal. Great hit. Great play that time by Bootlier. Now up the right side. Here comes Team Atlantic really skating for it now. Man, what speed Team Atlantic has here in Logan Munden. And that one, what a chance.
That would have been great to see that go in. Would have been a bit of a bobble and unfortunate, but would have been great to get that first goal on the board for Team Atlantic. Munden doing a great job playing in behind that Manitoba player. Keep going side to side. Definitely some good stick control and puck control there. And we're going to hopefully see a lot more of that from Atlantic. That's what they're going to have to rely on. And Munden just needs someone to back him up.
Yeah, for sure.
When he's going down like that.
Now a shot there through traffic. That one will sail a little wide. I think Bags wasn't really ready for that one. Either way, it'd be really tough for him to get a hold of it. Now a collision down there. That one will be cleared away, not going too far. And that one will be kept in by Langford. That one will be poked out.
Yeah, Langford just lost it there behind the sled.
Now they finally clear the zone. Bags heading in there. Now a pass being broken up by Bags. And he's going to be the first one to that puck. He dishes it off. Great pass over to Roberts. And big hit and open ice from Maidenach. Now Bags lays a hit in there. Now Williamson also delivers a hit there. Ouellette has it in front of the Manitoba bench. Now fires up the left side. That one looks like it's going to be picked off by Maidenach, and it will be in the neutral zone. Let's see what he decides to do, and he takes a bump that time. Now here's Atlantic with it. Their own end pass up through. sure where that puck was.
Yeah, I think it got caught up in the equipment somewhere, maybe within the legs of one of the players. And neither of these teams have seen many penalty minutes in this tournament thus far, but they are certainly going at each other here. Big physical game thus far. Not exactly what I anticipated. I anticipated a little bit more finesse, but they are definitely playing a physical game.
A big hit there in open ice. Now the puck is dropped. Here's White going forward off of it. Actually might work out for her. Dishes it over. That one just goes a little out of reach of Vint. Great play that time from Melissa White. Now Munden giving a hit that time on Vint. Down there behind the net, being tied up, and listen to these Manitoba fans. And what an effort that time. Rosella will pick it up. It looks like Atlantic's going to apply some pressure there. Now along the boards. Can't really tell. It looks like there's a bit of a battle going on there. Finally comes free out to the neutral zone. And look at Bootlier here, Steve.
This is exactly what they want.
Oh, he whiffed on it.
Can't pull the trigger on that one.
Man.
Wow.
What a chance.
He's going to want that one back for sure.
Now Munden, that one gets picked off on the way over to Richardson. Look at Bootlier. He puts his head down and just starts going at Armbruster. Now he reaches Cashin in goal, and he'll off for the whistle with 9:38 to go here in the second. 6-4 the shots for Manitoba, and they lead at 2-0.
Yeah, and Bootlier only with one goal so far in this tournament. And unfortunately, fanned on that one as well. He's got to get something going there. That's what they're going to have to – he's going to have to find the back of the net if they want to continue on in this tournament. Such a fast player. He gets those opportunities and those breakouts. He needs to get those put away.
Face off to the left of the goaltender line as we getting set to drop the puck, and we're getting set to go here. Going to be a face-off infraction on Team Atlantic. We're off here one more time. That's freed up. Here's Armbruster with it. Almost split the D there. Now still against the boards there. Having trouble seeing that one. Now Armbruster will pick it up. Send that one down after taking a couple bumps through the way, and Cashin will take that one away from Waugh with 9:11 to play.
Yeah, good reach out by Cashin there to freeze that one up. Waugh looking down to grab something, and here again is our schedule for today. This is that final quarterfinal game at 1. We will see that semifinals number 1, which will see Ontario face
BC, I believe.
Yep. And then Quebec at 7:30 will face off against whichever team comes out victorious on this one.
Now along the boards, we're going to try and set something up. It gets sent down, around the boards there. And now Atlantic will look to break out with something here. And Manitoba will center that one to the slot. It clears out to Maydenuk, but still sticking with it. Williamson trying to poke that one away, and he does. A good feed up the left side. Now Ouellette skating for it. Now sent around. Delorier will pick it up. Now Robertson there to try and chip that one up. Here's Maydenuk with it. Bags coming in to play the physical game on him. And now for Elijah Armbruster down low. He already has 2. That one stopped by Cash and poked away. Out of trouble. And he'll get the stoppage now on this one. Covered up.
Yeah, a couple of pucks squirting through there. And this style of game is certainly serving Manitoba well. Atlantic still not able to get anything going. They had that one breakaway, couple of opportunities, but if you're going to rely on that for your points, then they're going to have to do a lot more of it, which means that they need to gain control of that puck deep in their zone. I mean, keep the control and look for a really effective pass.
Face off to the right of the goaltender. Linesman getting set to drop the puck, and we're all ready to go here. And the puck is finally dropped as we're off. Frittenberg there. Gets that one poked away from her. Shot there, and a nice trapper stop by Cashin.
Absolutely. He was sliding across the net, then tried to tuck it into that corner and luckily got that glove out to pick it up. Shots racking up here, 8-4 in favor of Manitoba.
They sure are, Steve. Now down low, Frittenberg gets knocked off that puck, and here's Vint down low for Manitoba. Here's Manitoba there, shot that time, it'll just go high. Now Armbruster will fire that one in, it's broken up through the lane. And now Klassen sticking with it. Now that one will come out to center ice, and here's Butler once again trying to redeem himself. Now it'll be picked up along the boards there. Reaches Cashin, but can't really get a hold of it. Here's Munden now. Munden has Butler going up the left side, and there he gets a tap on it. Icing waved off. Whistle goes, and we're going to get a penalty coming up here. I think it's going to go to Manitoba.
I think so. I didn't see anything too outrageous going on down there, but see what they get for that.
Interference was a call there, Steve. It's going to go to number 14 there.
Certainly the official saw something there and called that down. An opportunity for Team Atlantic to get something going on the offensive end. They have the ability to get some good shots on. They got plenty of players that can handle that puck.
So now along the boards, they're trying to free this one up. Now that one's still being tightly contested. A high shot there is nicely stopped by Ham.
Absolutely. That's a great thing to see, though. Got to get those shots in on net. Look for those rebounds.
Now a shot there from the point. Cleared away and actually goes off the defenseman there. Munden wasn't really expecting that one. Here's Boutlier now with it. Boutlier now dishes it off to Ouellette on the far side. Ouellette with a shot. That one broken up through traffic.
Yeah,
that one will be cleared away.
And we saw a big rebound coming off of the goalie Ham there. And it was Atlantic just didn't have a player there to pick it up.
Now that one probably will go down for an icing, and it will.
Yeah, and Ham gave up a juicy one like that to get the first goal on the first shot when these two teams met on day one. Similar there, but there was nobody there from Team Atlantic to pick it up, and they're going to have to do a little bit better on this power play to get something in the net. 54 seconds remaining.
Linesman in to drop the puck. It's Munden in with Armbruster. And that one will be tied up. It's taken away by Boutlier. Now pass up the left side, up the gut of the ice, and Bags will pass it over to Boutlier. He takes a hit there. There's going to be a penalty on the way. Majornuck's going to head to the box for teeing.
Yeah, I was going to say he just went in too straight on Boutlier there.
And these Manitoba fans are not happy about this one.
Yeah, they didn't like that one, but to me, that's a tricky one. Maidenook tends to go in and look for that chest-on-chest type check. And along the boards like that, the front of the sled went in first, according to the officials, and that's going to be a penalty.
So now here's Atlantic in the slot now. Shot, that one goes wide. Had to let on that far side there, Steve.
Yeah, might have wanted to go for that pass instead, but I think they were going for a rebound.
Now to Munden. Munden can't hang on to it cleanly. He'll get it back, though. That shot does get blocked there, and here's Baggs with it. Baggs drops it back for Munden. Munden now, shot that time goes a little wide. 10 seconds to go on the 5-on-3.
Atlantic's got to keep moving this puck around.
Now that one will be fired back in, actually. Just goes a little wide of Bootlier.
Nice play by Poirier to get that back in there.
Now over first side. That one chipped back in, and nice pass up that one. It'll clear out, and Manitoba is fired up.
Certainly their fans are.
That's what I mean, yeah.
They did a great job on that penalty kill.
Now here comes Baggs. Baggs still sticking with it. Dishes it off now for Bootlier. Now back to Munden. Munden a shot there. What a save.
Huge save on that one. Great shot by Munden. Such a great game. Shots are now 7-8. The tide is turning a little bit towards Atlantic on this power play.
Now a shot there for Roulette. Another save. Paul Ham.
Wow, Paul Ham coming up huge for Manitoba on this power play kill. More shots coming their way for Atlantic now, keeping the game interesting. Just squeaking ahead at a 9-8 differential for Atlantic over Manitoba. Scoreboard still 2-0 Manitoba though.
The linesman drops the puck as we're off. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a battle in the corner now, and it finally comes out in front. Loose puck on the doorstep. Let's see if somebody can jam it home. It's there, and Manitoba's going to clear that puck.
Yeah, another great chance for Team Atlantic. Nine seconds left on the penalty. This might be their last run up. See if they're going to get a lead pass.
Yeah, they do there, but it doesn't really go where it needed to go. And out to center. Now here's a chance for Armbruster once again. And on goal. What a move that time. Just goes a little wide.
Yeah, good combined defense by Frittenberg and Rhett there.
And there's a penalty coming to Manitoba again.
Another penalty for Manitoba. And Easton, as you mentioned at the start of this game, just to point out, none of these officials are from the Maritimes.
No, and neither of them are from Manitoba either. And roughing the call on Maidenook.
So right out of the box and right back in. Yeah, Maidenook's been a very physical force in every game we've seen. Definitely taken some penalty minutes. And I think with a 2-0 lead, they're really going to have to calm down and stop taking those penalties. Although Atlantic has demonstrated that they can get shorthanded goals.
For sure. Now along the boards, they're going to try and free that one up, and we have a race down low. Now Baggs down low. It's dropped back for Roberts. Roberts sends that one down low. It's caught in the sled of Armbruster. Now pass up to the left side. They're going to skate this one out, actually. Can't hang on to it. Now Bootler can't get a swipe at it either. Now a great play there.
Yeah, a great singular effort by Roselle to kill some time.
Now cleared back out. That's going to go the distance.
Coming down to the closing couple of minutes in the second period. Just about a minute differential with that and the penalty.
Now here's Bootlier. He passes that one up the right side, and Bootlier's going to join right behind him. Here's Bags. Now hit that time down low for Manitoba. Out in front for Bootlier. What a chance. Bootlier is actually going to get this one back. Now over front side for Roberts. Roberts, a shot there. What a save.
Another huge save from Ham. Making it 10-8 on the shots. 27 seconds left in this penalty.
Now down low. Here's another chance for Atlantic. That one was a little wide, actually. Now trying to free this one up. 10 seconds to go here. That one's going to clear away, and that's going to do it for the power play for Team Atlantic. So a great chance there at the end of that power play.
Great effort by Team Atlantic. They couldn't buy a goal. Ham came up huge on these power plays. Team Atlantic was being left alone and getting great opportunities in front of the net.
Yeah, pardon me there. Steve Ouellette will take this one away behind the net. Now up the left side, here it comes. Great pass there. What a play that time. Here's Bags in on goal now. Shot there. They score!
What a shot by Bags. Able to hold it off. A little backhand to tuck it into the corner right at the end of the second period. That is a huge and crucial goal for Team Atlantic psychologically. And Bags skating around and waving to the Manitoba fans. Let's have a look at this replay. Just a beautiful touch.
And look
there.
how he gets tangled up here. Like, absolutely a penalty there for the hook, and finds a way to capitalize on it. Beautiful goal. And
yeah. And just the
what
control.
a momentum swing.
Absolutely, the control and the patience, just to get that little. Wait till wait till Ham committed there, and just to get that backhand tuck in the corner.
Now the puck dropped once again. Here we go. Now still sitting at that red line there.
Coming down to 30 seconds remaining in this.
Down low, here's Frittenberg with it. Takes a bump that time. That one will clear to center ice and waved off on this one. Manitoba will pick it up. There's 20 seconds to go here in the middle frame. That one fired down. Broken up by Frittenberg.
Delayed offside. Maybe they can get one last breakout pass by Atlantic, but I don't think we're going to get that.
No.
They're just going to hold on to this at this point.
Honestly, smart thing to do here because you don't want to give up any late chances here.
Absolutely.
So after the second period of play, 2-1 Manitoba your score, but a late goal from Atlantic. I'm excited to see how the momentum's going to swing potentially in their favor heading in to the second period of play, in the third period of play, sorry. My name's Easton Shoup. I'm joined alongside Stephen Rombeek. We'll be right back here for the third period of play. You don't want to miss it.
Our mission at the Shriners Hospitals for Children Canada is to really make the lives of patients and families the best that it can be, and really lift up patients who need our services to fulfill the most optimal version of themselves.
We take care of all orthopedic problems in pediatrics, but we super specialize in really rare conditions and complex conditions that involve orthopedics and other specialties.
A lot of the patients that will come to the motion lab are surgical candidates. So the surgeon may be able to do a great plan with just medical imaging, with the clinical history of the patient and some observation, whereas the motion lab will bring real numbers that we can measure that the eye cannot catch necessarily. And so it allows us to be more precise in the diagnostic of the patient, and then it allows us to better plan the treatment.
Rehabilitation is not easy. It's a tough part. So when we do rehabilitation, we did the surgery. Now we have the tough part, moving with difficulties, and it's saying, okay, now you're gonna have to do something that you might not wanna do. So how do we make that enticing for a patient to do this? And when I see parents writing back and saying, going to physio is the best part of my day, I said, oh, we're doing definitely something right.
Without Shriners, I know my leg wouldn't be straight. And Shriners, it's really special because there's only 2 doctors that can do this type of operation. So I know I couldn't just go to another hospital. It was here or I wouldn't do it. So everything is super for me and the future looks bright ahead.
Shriners is incredibly unique because we take the time for our patients. We take the time to listen, to understand what their needs are. Our team in social services, we try and make it as simple as we can for our families. Families coming from out of province, having a greeter meet them at the airport, drive them to the hotel. We make sure that our families are comfortable in what they do and in their decision of coming to our hospital, knowing that our people are the best that you can have right now.
Yeah, this place is definitely like a family because they treat you very nicely here. They treat you like you're one of them. When you come in for like an x-ray, like, hey there, Michael, how are you? Yeah, everyone that works here definitely has positive attitude, always smiles on your faces. I know a lot of people here. I love them like a family.
When you're a parent that has a child that's disabled, either wheelchair or has some disability, it's tough on the parents. And when they come to the Shriners and they see other parents that have the same kind of child as they do, it's almost comforting in a way, and they can exchange ideas. I can't tell you how many patients became friends from different backgrounds completely. French or English, it doesn't matter, because they have the same kind of disability. They become friends because they see each other in the clinic together, and sometimes we make sure to invite them at the same time. You know what I mean? Like we make that effort, so that these conditions, that these kids, feel good, and the parents feel great about that. And I think that that's something that we pride ourselves in.
During the treatment, when it's really hard on him because he goes through a lot of emotions, anxiety, we always have one nurse that comes to distract him, to play games with him. They bring their virtual goggles so that he doesn't think of the pain that he's going to go through. All these little details make the Shriners so special.
We cover a wide range from the molecular to the bedside of the patient. And that was the vision from the get-go. And I think the best example that this vision works is that this facility has developed a standard of care for 3 pediatric metabolic bone diseases. So those now are the treatments that are used throughout the world that were developed here at Shriners Hospitals for Children Canada. And I think it is unique because it has a very high-performing research center, which not all hospitals have.
We are becoming experts, and in certain cases we are identified as the leaders in North America in rare and complex bone-related disease. For certain, we have the biggest group of patients for osteogenesis imperfecta in North America. But that being said, we want to be identified as a leader in pediatric orthopedics so that when your kid has a rare disease or complex, it's obvious that you're going to come at Shriners. And we want to be the place in Canada. That's part of our vision.
Shriners is special because they have like the family kind of vibe. Here you're really going to have care, you're going to be informed, you're going to have support. That is really important. They are human here, not just nurses, not just physicians, not just doctors. They are human. They have human values, and this is what makes them different than others. The Shriners are really the one that has my heart.
What we offer children and families goes beyond clinical care. I'm just really grateful to work here because people from every department, everyone really has this passion of giving back, whether it's people who work in maintenance, in the kitchen, in audiovisual services, in research, in clinical, at the reception. Every person has a role and makes a difference. And when you see this teamwork and everyone coming together with their energies, everyone wants to make a difference in the child's life. And it's really obvious from this kindness and this motivation to do better. To me, this is what really makes the Shriners special.
Alrighty, good afternoon, hockey fans. We are getting straight into it for the third and final quarterfinal matchup here at the 2025 Para Ice Hockey Championships. My name is Easton Chupa. I'm joined alongside Steven Rombeek. Steve, this period is highly anticipated. Talk to us.
Oh, absolutely. This is, I've been talking about finding the wind in the sails. This is a full octane drag race for this game here, and off to a quick start as well. We've got the fans backing this game on both sides, giving the extra boost to our players, and we are going to see these players just come out flying. Manitoba has been controlling the game earlier on. Atlantic finished that last period with a huge drive, getting a number of penalties. Manitoba's going to have to really watch that. That could come into play later. They need to stay out of the box. And Atlantic needs to continue on with their high-paced game.
Yeah, for sure. I think that sums it up really well, Steve. Now let's see what Atlantic can do here. They need one here.
Absolutely. It would be great for them to get one early in this period.
Now that one will be fired in by Ouellette. That one will reach Hammond goal from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Now that one banked up. Keeping it in. Man, just barely. Now Armbruster, long stretch feed up to Delorier. Looks like he kind of lost track of that one. Now along the boards there, looks like they're going to get a good battle. That one's going to go wide at Armbruster and clear to center. Manitoba in their own end. They'll pass it up the left side. It'll go a little wide, so it'll be picked up by Team Atlantic and now broken up once again. And here's Armbruster in on goal. Beautiful move. Shot, they score! Elijah Armbruster. Natural hat trick.
Absolutely. And just walks his way in there. And there's not much you can do about that. If you're going to give Elijah Armbruster that much time in front of your net, he is going to find the back of it. Look at that Manitoba crowd go
They
insane.
are excited.
Yeah, they've come out hungry for this one. And I tell you what, Atlantic looked a little flat. They had a little boost of energy at the start there, but maybe a little flat immediately following that, whereas Manitoba is just driven.
Center ice, referee drops the puck, and we're off once again, and the Manitoba fans are fired right up. That one will be broken up once again. Vint drops that one back.
Yeah, Manitoba's done a great job this game. As I mentioned, right at the start was going to be defense. They've done a phenomenal job of stopping those breakout passes. And another opportunity.
There's a shot that time, and right into the trapper of Ryan Cashin.
Still a good shot by Rosello. And they'll continue to press this offensive drive.
Yeah, the faceoff is going to go to the left of Ryan Cash, and that's not what Atlantic wanted to give up here. That pass is made up, broken up a little bit there. Sent back in, delayed offside though, and now they're able to go back in. Now here's Munden there behind the net, trying to send that one around.
Looking for that winger, nobody there. They're going to keep it in.
Now behind the net along the boards, it's picked up by Team Atlantic. Now here's Atlantic passing over to the right side. That one's going to go a little wide, but it's going to be a foot race, and Bootlier looks like he had Armbruster there, but turned the corner a little too early there.
Good forecheck by Lear, a little bump.
That one sent down by Manitoba. Just a little over 3 minutes into this third period, and 3-1 Manitoba to score. 12-10 the shots in favor of Atlantic, though.
Yeah, and Paul Ham came up huge at the end of the last period. It could be a very different story if any of those had gone in.
100%. And This one's going to be played into the corner down there. Now out in front, they score! Gavin Bags from Paradise, Newfoundland finds the back of the net.
Absolutely beautiful play there. Beautiful crossing pass. This is what Atlantic needs. We haven't seen a lot of this kind of play from them in this tournament yet. They've been heavily relying on the breakaways, but that's what Atlantic can do, and they need more of that. Let's take a look at this replay.
That was a beautiful play, well executed.
Both of them dropping into the lane. Beautiful cycle back from those offensive players to cycle out. Had the defense open up the lane just enough for them. Beautiful crossing pass. Top of the net.
Now that one will be chipped out to center. Here's Armbruster coming up the left side. Being applied the pressure by Baggs. Still sticking with it, actually. That one will reach him there. And Williamson's going to let him know, and he's going to hold him back.
Yeah, Williamson came flying in there. And rightfully so, Cashin grabs Williamson and says, not right now. This is the last thing they need. I think Williamson took offense to the way that, was it Armbruster that went into the goaltender?
Somebody crashed in there, and good on Williamson sticking up for his goaltender there.
Yep, he certainly did, and he got that initial big check just after the whistle to protect his goaltender, but Cashin letting him know that I'm good, buddy. Holding him back. Don't take it too far. Last thing we need is a misconduct right now.
.11:08 to go here in the third period. 3-2 the score in favor of Manitoba. 13-10 the shots in favor of Atlantic. Delorier is going to pick that one up along the boards. Being applied the pressure, though. Now Maidenuk with it. Taking a bump from Williamson as he lets that one go.
Yeah, plenty of time left here in this game. And Atlantic can put some shots on net quickly.
Yeah, that one's sent along the boards there. Williamson's going to crash and bang with Maidenuk there. Now it's freed up. It's poked away. That one played over. Little lot of Klassen.
Yeah, Klassen had a good open opportunity there. Just couldn't catch up to the puck.
Now Maidenuk's shot is broken up. Now here's Ouellette. Ouellette now sticking with it. Baggs will come in and clean it up. Here's Baggs. Offside called on the play.
Oh, that's just so unfortunate. It was very, very close. Linesman right there to make the call. We'll get a replay on that one. From our angle, I don't know that we're going to appreciate the line, but.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was close. That was very close.
I do think it might have been actually on the first side.
Yeah, I mean, the linesman was right there. It was right in front of the linesman.
Great
they had
positioning.
a great position to see that. Made the call. Have to respect that.
Now here's Manitoba over the red line, passing that one up to Rosello. Now giving a bump there. Now Rosello in on goal. That time the patience is amazing, and what a play that time. Great job by Frittenberg there to cover up that first side. Actually, no, sorry, that wasn't Frittenberg. That was Malor, actually, I'm pretty sure.
Either way, that defender certainly positioned perfectly.
Now send it over to the first side. Won't get there. Now Bootlier will take a bump there against the boards. It's going to work its way down a little bit. Bootlier is off run and wants that pass, but it's taken away by Alyssa White. The White's shot that time will take a little bit of a redirect out to the corner. And Munden's going to flip that one out to center. It's going to be delayed icing right now. Let's see if Bootlier can make it down there, but he kind of gives up on it a little bit, so it'll go down the other way. Just under 9 minutes to go here. Face off to the right of Cashin, who looks to be adjusting his setup down there. But let's take a look at our schedule for the rest of the day, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got this first semifinal coming up at 5, as I said, between Ontario and BC. And the semifinals, the winner of this one will face off against Quebec, their first game of this day at 7:30 p.m. Those are both going to be phenomenal semifinal games. Hopefully we get some action just like this one.
Puck is dropped. We'll get to go here one more time. And Bootlier, look at him putting on the afterburners. Now here's Munden with it. Munden now trying to carry this one over the blue line. Bootlier will swallow it up. Now over far side near the penalty box.
Atlantic really pushing to get something going here. With 8:35 to go, they're going to keep the pressure on.
Frittenberg's going to pick it up. Now taking a bump that time. She's able to get right back up. And here's Team Manitoba setting up shop. Beautiful chance that time.
Right along the boards here.
Yeah, here comes Munden, though. That one will be taken away by Armbruster. Now that one will be cleared away. Armbruster will poke that one away once again. He has 3 goals to his name in this one. Getting it over to Deloria. That one just out of reach. Now here's Manitoba. They'll play that one to Armbruster. That one's going to go a little high the net. And Ouellette up on the left side. Let's see what he can do. He's going to clear the puck there. Bootlier might have a case on this one. It's going to reach the goaltender. He'll have to cover that one.
Well, it's certainly the best scenario there. We're going to get that face-off down in that zone. Great wheels by Bootlier to get down there. Force a face-off and get an offensive opportunity here. And they'll take a
face-off will go to the ready goaltender, Paul Ham, from Winnipeg, Manitoba, on this Team Manitoba team. We're off here one more time. It's Williamson. Shot there. Nice stop by Ham, and he's been electric in this game.
Absolutely. He's made all the difference. Manitoba team as a whole has been great, but he has saved them.
A good hit there to knock him off the puck. And offside called on the play.
Yeah, and Manitoba maybe a touch on their heels. They're still keeping a good pressure on, but they do seem to be just ever slightly a touch on their heels. They've been done a good job of keeping out of the penalty box, and that's going to be key with 7 minutes to go in this period.
100%. Here we go one more time. Now here they go, looking for Baggs up the right side. It's going to get there, actually. Baggs shot there, off the rebound for Williamson. Williamson tries to play it over. What chance there for Team Atlantic, and they're going to keep it going for him. That one broken up a little bit, kept in.
Some good offensive plays there. Desperation breakups by the Manitoba defense, and they've managed to keep it out.
And that one out to center. Here's Rosello. Loses that one. Now here comes Team Atlantic the other way, staying on side.
Take it right along the boards.
Now into the corner, setting feed, cleared out. Here comes Munden with a chance. Shot there, a little wide of the net. Roberts on the rebound, hits the side of the net, caught up behind it.
Manitoba looking to freeze it on that net. They already able to get it out.
Here's Roberts. Send it out in front. Loose on the doorstep. Williamson is caught under his. He's trying to free it up. I see it in there. Shot there. Blocked through traffic.
All the Manitoba players down in front. Desperately trying to keep this puck out. Atlantic really putting the pressure on. 15-10 the shots now in favor of Atlantic. Really looking for that goal.
Now Munden there. Gets that one nearly taken away from him, and it will be now. Ouellette now with it in his own end. He'll pass it up the right side. Over to Munden. Now far side for Bootlier. He puts on the brakes, kind of getting physical there. That one sent down. Goes a little wide. Williamson now in the corner. Stuck in the corner down there. Freed up. Bootlier can't hang on to it. It will be picked up in the neutral zone. Looks like Frittenberg might get a hold of it. She's actually just going to let it drop back for her teammate there. 4:45 to go here. It's actually in front of the Manitoba bench, and it gets over to the far side. And it looks like Frittenberg's going to get there. It gets broken up. Rosello takes a hit there. Here's Baggs now. Gavin Baggs turning on the Jets and coming up the left side there. Munden wants it and gets it. Trying to get it over to Bootlier. Good defensive effort that time, but Baggs will get it back. Under the sled there, sorry. Now Baggs still sticking with it. Drop back for Frittenberg. Frittenberg will let that one go. Punched away. Rosello gets it back. Munden and Bootlier both get a little taste of Manitoba there and give a hit into the boards there. Shot that time. Stopped by the goaltender on the rebound. What a play.
Oh, Bootlier just a second behind that puck. Still in their zone.
Now playing it up. Now to Poirier at the low point area through traffic. That one gets blocked. We picked up near the Zamboni doors over there by Bootlier, who will fire that one down.
What pressure by Atlantic with 3:40 to go in this third.
Now down low. Looks like Bootlier might get a hold of it along the boards as he does, and he'll take a bump right away. Now down low. I don't think Baggs realized he still had possession of that after a good battle. Now it'll be worked into the corner. It'll be kept in by Frittenberg. Frittenberg tries to get that one over, but gets broken up that time. But good job on Frittenberg, still trying to hang with it. That one broken up. Played out to center, staying on side there. Finally comes free out to center. 3 minutes to go here in the third period. Now White will break that one up. Bootlier looks to take it away as he does.
Great
Dropped
reach
off
over by Bootlier there to pull that puck
sure.
out.
It's Poirier who drops that one back for Bootlier, and there's going to be a penalty coming to Team Atlantic on the play for teeing.
Yeah, and that's going to be with 2:45 to go. Now, we have seen Team Atlantic get a number of shorthanded goals this tournament, so don't count them out just yet.
That's going to go to Gavin Baggs. 2 goals for him so far in this one. I believe timeout is called by Manitoba, and it is. So I believe it's going to be a 2-minute or a 1-minute? 1-minute timeout. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to the third and final quarterfinal game between Team Atlantic and Team Manitoba. The 4 seed versus the 5 seed. Team Manitoba to the power play. My name's Easton Shoup. I'm joined alongside Stephen Rombeek. Stephen, tell me about this opportunity for Manitoba and even Atlantic here.
Yeah, Manitoba's going to want to hold this puck. They got that 1-point lead. They're going to look to shoot on net lots, I think. Atlantic has been great on the penalty kill and has scored a number of shorthanded goals this tournament. Selfishly, I'd love to see them tie this up just so that we can get an overtime. This has been phenomenal hockey.
Williamson fires that one up. And here's Bootlier. He's going to skate his butt off to get down there.
Great speed there shown by Boutlier.
Now that one broken up by Ouellette, but almost a tape-to-tape feed with Armbruster there. That could have been dangerous there, Steve. Shot there right into the mid of Cashin.
Yeah, nice shot by White. That's all they need to do to kill off this penalty, to be honest. Manitoba with that lead, they've got that luxury. They're going to keep doing what they've done best all game. They're going to keep playing it into the middle, get those longer shots. Ouellette almost got that break up in the neutral zone. That would have been a different story. White, great shot, showing lots of power there. Seeking out that top corner. Big glove comes up to stop it.
2:14 now to play here in the third period. 1:29 on the power play as we get set to go here. Maidenuk with it. Turns the other way. What a chance for White at the side of the net. Sneaky little play there. Not many people realized how close she was to scoring one there.
Absolutely. Manitoba really pushing for another goal.
And Boutlier. Great chance that time. Now Armbruster in on goal that time. Loose right in front of him.
Manitoba's in.
Great stop by Cash in there.
Yeah, Manitoba's been so dangerous right in front of the net this game and this tournament. Cashin coming up big yet again for Atlantic. Both these goalies have come up huge for their teams in this game. Shot differential 17-12 in favor of Atlantic.
Maidenuk fires that one down. Here's Williamson with it. Now pitting him up in the corner down there.
35 seconds remaining on that penalty.
Fired down around. It's kept in. Now over in the slot that time. That one gets broken up. Here's Munden coming the other way. Pass up to Ouellette. That one goes a little wide. It's broken up by Armbruster, but Ouellette gives a little bump there. There's Roberts with it. Now here's Munden who fires that one in. 5 seconds remain on the power play for Manitoba, so nothing going for him. Icing gonna be waved off here.
30 seconds to go. One last opportunity if they can get this puck up quickly.
And what a hit there.
Absolutely a clean hit, deemed clean by our officials.
Absolutely huge collision down there.
Yeah, let's have a look at that replay. Comes around the net here. Just mishandled.
Man, bit of a clothesline there.
And as much as the Manitoba fans were screaming for a penalty, you know, Maidenuk was the one that came flying in there and created that.
Now here we go the other way. Bags who gets that one over. It's broken up, and here's Manitoba going into the corner, and all the Manitoba fans have risen to their feet, so it can be troublesome to see in that corner. 10 seconds now to go. It looks like Manitoba's going to try and waste the clock out. And I think that's going to do it here, Steve. Maybe a chance here in front.
Oh, last couple
of
seconds.
What a game. That was awesome.
Right to the last few seconds there. We're going to run this. Look at these crowds. What a celebration this is. Huge win for Manitoba here. Devastating loss for Team Atlantic. Shot 17-12 differential. What a game that was. And I really hope that we see that same intensity in the next two finals. Atlantic just couldn't find their game on that one, and you know what? If Paul Ham hadn't have come up huge on those stops and on those power plays, this would have been a very different outcome. Easton, how about these crowds?
Man, that was awesome, Steve. I think that's been the best game of the tournament so far.
Yeah, I would 100% agree on that one. We had a little bit of everything.
So that's going to do it from me and Steve up here. My name is Jason Troop. I'm joined alongside Steve Rombeek. We'll see you tonight for semifinal 1 and 2 starting at 5 o'clock.